a corrupt government cannot liberate the people. If the head of the stream is corrupt, the entire river will be also.
A blessed good day to you, my wisdom warriors. Wagwan, wagwan. I hope you guys are in good spirit.
Jamaica, if you all continue on this path, lack of humanity, I must say you heading to destruction.
You see, Jamaica? One little favor the mother asks. Some of the people in authority who do power junk, no empathy, no sympathy. The mother asks just to say, let me see my son one more time. And the chief are going to behave so. I ask to see my son. One more time, I ask to look for my son's face. And I'm going to come deny. You know what? The Jamaica I know used to be a Jamaica where there was empathy, there was humanitarian spirit, there was kindness and love. Some of these people just power hungry. What about if you plan? You must have a little set to ask the mother what you want. What accommodation we need to add to the funeral? Some of the look on this all ras, him to retire. Ignorance is bliss. Just because you're in our times. My son, Bobby Black, kill him. I'm asking to see my son one more time. And I'm going to walk away. Him drop down there. And then I call the time to send dead. But me, I don't know. Chief. You're some bumper clad, power hungry that you couldn't even just have little empathy. If you know, say the young lady, child is going to go down in the earth and she just asks, can I see my son one more time? What is so hard into that? Eh? Why? No man. Some of you people must be in our hearts.
There are other families that are in place. There are other families that are in place. You understand? And you abandon your own comrade because he is deceased. But you know what? It's alright. It's alright. It's okay.
One more time, I ask you to see the son. We just ask you to one more time. One favor the mother asks. See the son one more time. Something wrong with that? I want to think people of Jamaica, it's a safe one around there for your station. I ask them to see the son one more time. For your tour. Why may I tell you? If this country, Jamaica, continue and the path that it is on, it is heading straight to destruction. Where the Jamaica where we know have love and empathy and humanity? Where is that Jamaica? Wait on! My God. Where the nation turn to? Wow.
My people, what is really going on? What is really going on? If she says she wants to see her pitney, why the woman cannot see her pitney? My people, it must be a reason, you know. I wonder if we not read between the lines. I wonder if we not read between the lines, Jamaica, why this lady cannot see her child. And that me would I like to know. Why them a huff and a puff like they want to blow the house down? I don't understand. Them a huff and a puff like they want to blow the lady down because the lady asked for a request. She requests to see her child and she can't see her pitney. The people, when you don't see these type of things happening, you know. Mighty God of Daniel. I don't want to talk the things them, you know. I don't want to talk the things them, Jamaica. But enough to read between the lines. Anyway, my people, we're moving on because our Member of Parliament on Justice, Zuluki Jess, have this to say.
The situation that Dr. Dixon faces is that of being suspended by virtue of having offered himself to serve as a candidate for the People's National Party in the recently concluded general elections. So in short, he has been placed on interdiction for actively participating in the last general election.
So what constitutes a civil servant? Teachers not constitute civil servants too.
So teachers generally by and large are regarded as civil servants. It's simply that under their regulations, they are exempt. So they are specifically and expressly allowed to offer themselves as candidates in elections. So it's not to say that they're not public servants, it's just that they have been granted an exemption. So they're excluded.
So why then the doctors and the nurses can't be granted the said exemption just as the teachers?
That is our exact position, that there is no reason in logic or in law that should compel the state to offer an exemption or allow for some members of the public service to be allowed to offer themselves, but not allow for others to do so. We believe that the time has come, Andre, for us to revisit those archaic rules, because one of the things we have to bear in mind is that a number of these staff orders, a number of these regulations which prohibit and ban persons in the public sector from offering themselves, these are vestiges of our colonial past. And so we believe in the People's National Party that the time has come for us to move away from those shackles and to align with the modern state of affairs, because we know that in other jurisdictions that follow the very similar legal system that we do, jurisdictions such as Barbados, they have tested this issue in their courts. And the rulings have been very clear by the high courts in those jurisdictions. The ruling and pronouncements coming out of the court state very clearly that it is not reasonably justified in a free and democratic society to have a prohibition of that nature, whereby you prohibit or you ban public sector workers in such a blanket manner from offering themselves to serve.
So there was a ruling recently?
There was. Yes, I believe the ruling was actually handed down sometime in or around 2022. So it is a fairly recent decision.
And because of that, is the PNP planning to carry this matter to court?
The People's National Party at this particular time is in fact exploring all available options and will decide on the best course that will safeguard the interests of justice and ensure that Dr. Dixon's constitutional rights are not infringed or violated by what we consider to be a government that is actively involved in stifling democracy and stifling the fundamental rights of Jamaican citizens to freely express themselves, freely associate, and freely offer themselves to serve at the highest level, which is to serve your country. So we're exploring all possible options at this time.
So my question is, why didn't they warn him or bar him from running the election before? before him going to the election. Why do it now? Why do it now, Miss Jess?
I think it is consistent with a pattern of this government. We saw the very same thing happen in 2020 in the very same constituency with a similar PNP candidate. The only difference, absolutely, the only difference is the name of the candidate. They were both medical doctors, and the very same course that you're seeing being explored right now in the case of Dr. Dixon is the very same course that was undertaken for Dr. Brennan. So what we are viewing is clearly a pattern from the Jamaica Labour Party, where it almost appears as though they wish to punish those who offer themselves to serve if it is that they run on the People's National Party's ticket. And I say that because we do not see the same application of the staff orders when it comes on to other members who are public servants. We note with very great interest and concern that when the member for Central Manchester would have been employed to Hartrust NTA and was there.
Crawford.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. She offered herself and she ran as a candidate. No sanctions were actually taken against her. We saw the very same thing happen in the case of the member from Trelawney Northern. She was actually employed to TP Deco at the time she offered herself as Member of Parliament candidate, and yet no sanction was taken.
That is Toba Hamilton.
That is correct. And I can go even further back to before I was even born or you were even born. And I can go back to the case of the very well-known Ken Ball, who ran on a Jamaica Labour Party ticket as Member of Parliament whilst he was serving at Cornwall Regional as a medical doctor, a senior medical doctor. Wow. And he won his seat. No type of sanctions were applied in the case of those who ran on the Jamaica Labour Party ticket.
So basically, there's no reasonable, justifiable reason for them to do what they have done to Dr. Dixon.
That is our very strong position, that there is no reason in law or in logic for them to take the position that they have taken against Dr. Dixon, a young man who is dedicated to Jamaica by all accounts, and from all indications, he has served with distinction. He does not discriminate on the basis of political allegiance. And so it is rather disappointing that a government that has openly indicated that they want the very best that Jamaica has to offer to make themselves available for public service by serving as a parliamentarian, that they would seek to punish one of our very best, one of our youngest and brightest, one who is dedicated to his community and has served his community from quite a young age and continues to do so. We find it rather unfortunate, and it smacks of political victimization. And we hope that the government will actually review its decision and actually act in accordance with democratic ideals. So it is our position that the government really ought properly to reverse itself on this issue of the interdiction.
What is the timeline you're giving the government to uplift this interdiction?
We have not given the government an express timeline. However, we believe that it is only reasonable to afford a reasonable opportunity to do right. And so that is why at this particular moment, we are exploring all avenues. We believe in discourse, in dialogue, in having consensus. But if it is that the matter cannot be resolved in that way, then we are prepared to explore all avenues. Everything is on the table.
Including going to the Constitutional Court?
All options are on the table.
Zulika Jess, you recently became spokesperson on justice, and already you are now being tested to show how solid a spokesperson you are. You have been taken out of the gate, and you're now on the battlefield as Lady Justice.
Absolutely. It's a good thing that I am no stranger to the battlefield, and I am someone who one would consider to be quite honed where battles are concerned. And so I really trust and hope that this is a battle that one does not have to waste taxpayers' time and Lady Justice's resources, which are already so limited in terms of court resources, in terms of court dates. We hope that it will not have to come to that. We hope that good sense will prevail. We hope that the government will see the error of its ways and actually act in accordance with the Constitution. We cannot, on one hand, speak about wanting to adhere to the supreme law of the land, which is that which is contained in our Jamaican Constitution. But yet, when it is inconvenient for us, or when it is time for us to actually show favoritism or bias, political bias, then we discard and we throw the Constitution out the window. I think that it is important for us, if we are serious about democracy, serious about the Constitution, then we really ought properly to abide by the principles laid down therein.
Would you say this is blatant political victimization of Dr.?
Absolutely. Without a doubt, without a shadow of a doubt. And I say that against the background that we have had these public sector or public service staff orders on the books for quite a number of years. But the only time that we have seen their application is in respect of candidates who run under the banner of the People's National Party. And so if that doesn't smack of political victimization, I really don't know what does. It's almost as if there is one rule, but yet it is applied differently based on the color that you choose to support.
Until the philosophy that holds one set of people superior and inferior, there shall be war. I know
Absolutely.
war. You have always been a peacemaker.
Absolutely.
But what is happening to people who support the People's National Party, not just Dr. Dixon, is a worrying trend in Jamaica.
I think it would serve us all very well to remind ourselves of the very well-known saying, and I will actually paraphrase it to fit the circumstances of this particular case. First, they came for the doctor, and I did not say anything because I was not a doctor. Then they came for the lawyer, and I did not say anything because I wasn't a lawyer. And then they came for me, and there was no one to defend me. So I think each and every one of us as Jamaicans ought to take this situation extremely, extremely seriously, because this is happening to Dr. Dixon now. But in Jamaica, we have a well-known saying, today for me and tomorrow for you. So I think it is imperative that we all call upon the government in one collective voice. And this is regardless of our political persuasion, but simply as a matter of fairness, as a matter of justice, we should all add our collective voices to the call for the government to actually reverse its decision and allow Dr. Dixon to be reinstated to his full substantive position as a matter of urgency.
Jamaica.
The people, I hear some I left it. Wanna tell me what to think, wanna tell me how to feel about this, and put an honest opinion in the comment section. Like up the video, share it out, and subscribe to my channel. And if you're new to my channel, welcome and big up on a nice clean self. One love.